hard to answer questions like that.
Like,
do I love, or how do I feel when I'm performing?
Yeah.
You know? I just don't know where to go from here, or who I need to be. And I always try to stay as present as I possibly can, but it's hard to stay present when you feel so dead inside.
You feel dead inside about life, or about what you chose as a career?
What I've chosen as a career.
That's good to know.
Oh, my child, you don't want to walk with me. On a cactus tree. Oh, how the red sun will set on the pueblo. Oh. I just get so nervous when she says things like, if this doesn't work out, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this anymore. And then I think about what a disservice to the world that would be to keep such an amazing talent from them. But I get it. I totally get it. And I just want her to be happy, you know? Fuck, if you told me there was something I could do, I mean, I've already told myself I would give her a kidney if she needed it, you know? But if there was something I could do to fix what's going on with her right now, I would. It's impossible to watch. And it's opened my own eyes to the way people must feel about me that love me, you know? It's paradoxical that way. It's paradoxical a word.
Yeah, it's a good word too.
It just feels like I'm living with a mirror of myself. And then, you know, we sat down last week, and we talked about calling things off, and you know, Michelle was reading this book about being a survivor of childhood abuse, and she called me up and she was like, do you think that we're bad for each other? And it's like, sometimes I think we're helping each other and sometimes I think we're hurting each other. Because it's so hard when she's up and I'm down, or when I'm up and she's down, and to have two people that are just up and down like that. Very rarely are we on the same level. But she is so good at suffering through stabilizing her emotions to benefit others. I don't know how she does it. When I'm sad, and the whole room knows. When Michelle's sad, she could be blowing out the birthday candles on her own birthday cake and you'd never know. It's fucking scary. Because those are the types of people that make up their minds to kill themselves, and they do it.
If you could go back at some point in your career and change something that you did, what would you change, and if you would?
I wouldn't do this.
You wouldn't even start?
No.
So what, would you just sing as a hobby?
Yeah. Honestly, the problems that we have, it really has nothing to do with the band. It doesn't have anything to do with the business of the band. It's all on a personal thing, you know?
It usually is.
Yeah, and so I guess because I'm so not used to being in that kind of relationship, I don't have that kind of relationship, that fiery relationship with people. Never have. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But that's what being in a band is, I think, because you're, you know, it's two artistic people getting, and I don't emote the way he emotes. And while I might be very attached to my emotional state, I don't give into it like he does.
Yeah.
But that's what makes him who he is. And I like him. I like him for who he is, and I like that part of him. And there's a reason why it works when it works. But he just needs to get out of his head. I was like, I just wish you weren't so insecure, because if you, it would fix everything.
All right. I'm paranoid now.
You're always paranoid.
Alright, wait. Let me give it a minute.
Ooh.
Professionalism. Where's your professionalism? Where's my professionalism?
It's out there. I'm gonna go get it.
You want to talk about the song at all?
No, we can just sing it.
Alright.
Less talking, the better. I'll just put it all in the.
So we're just gonna sing the song.
Yes.
I just was presented with this platform to have a voice, and people, you know, I was on the cover of a newspaper, and then suddenly all these organizations were calling and wanting me to have like a statement prepared or come speak at their event, and then I realized like, oh, I could. And then I think I had said to somebody like, oh, you know, I play the guitar too.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of became a thing after that. Like, oh, do you want to come sing too? And do like a little, like a song and talk about your experience? And then it turned into it was a very organic evolution that way, you know?
Yeah. That's interesting though, the way that comes about.
Because I had always just played guitar for me, you know? And I question like whether or not it was a smart decision to go public with it sometimes.
That's what Michelle said. Said if there was one thing you could do differently with your career, what would it be? She said, I wouldn't have started. There's a little pain in that statement.
Darling, I'm on my way. Ruptured her spleen.
It was like Beyonce style, that kind of thing.
I will do.
I really want that line.
You guys look like you're in the fucking Riviera or Monaco or something.
Does it?
Yeah. Give me a little cheers with your drink.
This whole like interview or discussion, like recorded thing, and like putting out these videos, this isn't necessarily something that I really, not that I don't want to do it, it's just it wouldn't have been my choice.
Your go-to.
But I'm doing it for Michelle because I feel like it's what she needs right now. So because I'm actually, I mean, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm at a point where I don't really want people to know what's going on with me.
Yeah.
I've spent my whole life putting my business out there like that, though.
Yeah.
So for me, it's...
So, what changed? Why all of a sudden, you know, what was the change that where you were like, I can't do that, or I feel like I shouldn't do that?
I don't know, you think about like what you want from your life and the threshold from which people can handle like your emotional vulnerability and your rawness, you know, your and making that too accessible to people can be off-putting. So I've just kind of over the last like 2 years just kind of learned to pull back a bit more.
Oh, how the red sun will set on the pueblo. Oh, way down in Mexico.
Because you get hurt so many times and let down so many times in this life, and then you become so guarded and so jaded as you get older. You wonder if it's even worth being vulnerable anymore the more people let you down. And then you in turn end up letting people down. Do you know how hard it is every time Michelle tells me what a piece of shit I am? It blows my mind because I don't really feel like that's who I am. And she always says that. She's like, I know who you are underneath all of that. But I'm so hardened by everything. I don't want to fucking be that person. I don't want to be that person. I will not allow myself to be that person. Fuck that. I don't care how hard I have to work on myself. I'm not gonna let the fact that, you know, my dad was a womanizing sex addict, my mom is an emotional, you know, roller coaster growing up, keep me from getting what I feel is my birthright to experience pure love and pure, you know, human relationships. And if it means having to subject myself to the mercy of someone at least who's willing to point out when something's wrong with me, I mean, that's why, you know, Michelle keeps asking me, if you're so unhappy in this, why don't you just go home? And it's like, because I'm learning, you know.
It's not easy.
It's really not. And she's such a good person. She never does anything wrong. I honestly, not in our relationship.
Yeah.
Where she falls short in our relationship is not assaultive. It's just her own personal limits, you know?
Yeah.
But her personal limits, they don't hurt other people. Not if those people are secure with who they are. I guess determination is the only thing that keeps me going. And there's something to be said for being honest with yourself and wanting more than maybe you're initially capable of. But this has just been such a departure from everything I ever thought I would know. And you tell yourself, I want this so bad.
Yep.
And then you jump in and you're like, holy shit. I don't fucking want this. I want to go home. I want my mommy.